Hey, bro. How you doing?
What's up? What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Long time no see. How you been?
Yeah, it's been good. Just trying to get private label off the ground. A lot of moving parts with that for sure. Hold
That's
up.
great, bro.
All right. How's your private label brand going for yourself, though?
Uh, it's going well. The first product I launched, it went good. Was like a home run. My second product is still like in the final steps.
Uh huh.
So everything's set up, and then the third product is coming soon. So just excited about that.
That's crazy. You got a brand early. How
Man,
much
yeah.
are you? Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, yeah. Continue.
How much are you selling a month of the first product?
You mean like quantity wise?
Yeah, like units a month.
Uh, Approximately like 500 units.
It's awesome.
So
Yeah,
the
we're all
margins
like,
are good.
that's good. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brother. I've been following you too. You've been doing amazing, man. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're at like 400 or so, like high
Mhm.
threes, low fours a month in sales. Um, but yeah, it's not really like super profitable yet. It takes time. I feel like to to snowball it. A lot of the
Mhm.
money's going into PPC.
Is it because of like the PPC as you said? So
PPC for supplements are really expensive, so
do you have like a good percentage with your ACOS, like advertising cost of
not
sales?
really. No, it could be way better. We hired somebody. He's not. He's doing a good. I mean, I wouldn't say he's doing a great job. Like he's doing as good as my partner was doing, but we're
Mm-hmm.
spending more. So technically, he's doing slightly better because we're spending more.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm looking into getting another agency to do PPC. My
Uh-huh.
friend has an agency that's working really well for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's in like a super competitive category, like deodorants.
Uh-huh.
That's deodorant, and they're doing really good for him. So I might go to that agency, try them
Of
out.
course. Yeah, man. The thing is, like at the beginning, once you like build some potential, like build some sales,
Hmm.
then later you don't need to spend the same amount of money on the PPC.
Exactly.
So
It's
definitely, man, it's great. Like what your product, I tried it myself and it was definitely working good.
thanks, man.
So I think I'm on my last count, so we'll probably make another
I
order
have to
soon.
reorder.
Yeah,
We're getting
man.
a new bottle, so I don't
The
have it
new
on my
packaging.
yeah, I don't have it on my desk right now, but
Uh-huh.
like the font's gonna be bigger. Everything's gonna be more visible. Pretty much the
That's
same
perfect, man.
bottle, just way more
Mm-hmm.
visible
Uh-huh.
to prevent any complaints. Also, actually, no, the bottle's gonna be harder. This is the
Oh
new
yeah.
bottle. Like
Mm-hmm.
the bottle that we originally sent is kind of soft.
Got you, got you.
Mhm.
That's good, man. I'm happy for you, brother. You've been working hard on it, so
Appreciate it for sure. Oh, cool, man. I mean, we can dive into it. I know that like the
first.
attendance isn't going to be as good because a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
guys have 9 to 5s, but I'll make sure that they watch the replay back.
Of course,
Um,
man.
but
It's
yeah,
gonna
thanks
be
so
good.
much. What'd you say?
I hope it's gonna be a good like
Oh, definitely
call,
will
informative and everything.
for sure. Definitely, I feel like you got a lot of information, to share. But yeah, thanks so much everyone for coming on today. Thank you, Wahab, for being our guest. So you want to just kind of dive into like a little bit of your backstory, like how you got into Amazon. You're like a jack of all trades. You're doing OA, you're doing PL, wholesale. You kind of mix the bag and everything now.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Wahab Alawi. I've been an Amazon seller for last like 3 years. My business has been more serious like last 2 years now. I started like with a simple course that didn't work out well. Then I went out on my own way, like learning and like doing mistakes and then learning from that. Started with like wholesale, which went like bad, and then I didn't knew enough. So
Mhm.
started with the Telegram like accounts and everything, like it's usually like stolen goods, but at that point I didn't knew.
Mhm.
Then after that, the product went bad, got an IP complaint, and then took the loss. And then after that, I did some OA. but it took me a longer time because I didn't have any mentor or like a course or something. So I just had to see, okay, from YouTube videos. It took me some time to grow like a potential, like grow my sales from like 1,000 sales to like $10,000 a month or like 20,000 upscale like that. And at some point around that, I met Joe on the Instagram. I think your name was different back then, right?
I think it
Your
was
Instagram
Amazing
account?
Asians, yeah.
Yeah,
It
Amazing
was
Asians. Yeah, man.
Amazing
And
Asians.
around that time, it was when I was like, okay, it's a good time to like invest in myself and like do something more professional since there has a lot of like potential with Amazon. So I definitely joined the Joe's course mentorship, went through some like really good informations and videos. And during that time, I've been also doing like small bit of wholesale, and mainly it was online arbitrage. And after that, like added some more wholesale because of like doing some more mentorships through different people, joined some different groups, added more wholesale. And around like a year ago, I joined another mentorship for private label, and that went good. Like within 3 months, my whole course was completed. It was a one-on-one mentorship for private label. And that went good. I started like working on my own brand at that point, which was January last year, 2024. And by July, I managed to build my brand from ground up. I had the product idea. It was a hybrid, like of mixture of two products that was already in the market, but customers were complaining from both sides, like, oh, this has this issues, this has this issues. So I managed somehow like to fix both of the issues, built it into one product. As soon as I did that, my product, like I got it in stock, like from online, and then I was selling a good amount, like daily, without PPC. I sold on the first day around like 10 units.
Wow.
I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like the pictures, I
The
spent a good amount. I did not like stay on the pictures. I spent around like 1,500 just on the images. So once I knew that, okay, the listing side is good, the product is good, then I spent some more time on the PPC and learned that too. Now that's on like a regular basis. It's selling good, like 10 units, 20 units, 30 units a day. That's just like, I don't need to do anything with that. And like so far in the last 6 months, like I'm trying to focus more on wholesale and brand direct. And since I see like online arbitrage, there has been some issues with the gatings. So many like competitions have been rising recently. And my whole like perspective has been changed from the time like a year ago, and now it's like so much different. Back then, all I was thinking about, like, okay, we'll find the coupon to get this product from this website for like a 10 unit or 20 unit, do multiple orders. But now my whole point is like, okay, how can I find a brand that needs like more attention, more work on it with the images, with the quality, and I can fix those things and become a brand direct authorized like seller on the Amazon.
Yeah, I feel like you took kind of the next step up. Like you mean you were doing over 100K a month pretty consistently,
Approximately.
like yeah, like roughly 100K a month consistently. You kind of just took the next step, which like most people do after they consistently get to that point, and they're kind of like done with the whole arbitrage thing. They can kind of graduate, and a lot of people either graduate to brand direct wholesale, or they go to private label. Like for me, it's like I don't really want to do wholesale. To be honest, I'd rather do private label and put everything in that. That's just like my thought process behind it. But some people just do only wholesale and they never do private label. So it's like kind of whatever fits your personality the best. I'm sure you don't have a problem like picking up the phone or anything like that and just starting to call these brands. Like that's a big trait that you need. You need to be good at sales and all this stuff to like do brand direct and be able to sell yourself for sure. So yeah,
exactly.
It just kind of depends on your personality type.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's cool though. And I noticed you said a lot about mentors and not just me. Like I want to say like you definitely don't have I feel like how would you say is like your ability to kind of just pull trigger on like paying for information. How has that helped you like accelerate your growth? Because a lot of people are very skeptical about hiring
Yeah,
someone or like getting some help from somebody else, you know.
exactly. That's how I was like at the beginning of starting like Amazon. There was less like mentorships. There was a couple that were too expensive. So what I did, I learned by myself a little bit, but it took me a longer way. So
Mhm.
since I was active on Instagram, was following all the guys, I was following you, I was following Cody Flips, so many other guys.
Yeah.
So I knew that, okay, these guys are legit, like they're doing good work and I have a trust with these guys. For example, you. So at some point that I thought, okay, you're posting more about Keep a Product Finder, which is like a game changer for those who know it, it's a game changer. So
Especially
you were
for
posting a lot about that. And then I thought like, okay, I know some like basic online arbitrage like information, but with the Keep a Product Finder, I didn't have any mentorships. So I definitely pulled the trigger on that, on your mentorship, and learned a lot. Sometimes I just like forget some of the points and then I see the course all over again just to like freshen up because it has a lot of like data points that you need to be correct on it. Like with a small number, you can get a whole different result on the
oh yeah.
Finder. So that definitely worked for me. As soon as I thought like, okay, at this point I need to learn this new information, which is hot in the market and has some potential, and then I pull the trigger on the second one, like brand direct or for
Yeah.
example, wholesale on our private label. That's
Mhm.
like the idea. Like I want to do less work, but have something in the long run.
Yeah, I think that just kind of paying for that information just shortcuts the process rather than you waiting
Mm-hmm.
years to figure it out. I'm no stranger. I ran up the totals of how much I've spent on consulting in the last year, and it's about 30K, close to 30K I've
Yeah,
spent in
that's
just
amazing.
information. So
It's
yeah.
all, yeah, it's all investing in yourself. Like you're not
Uh-huh.
wasting your money. If you know the person, like follow them for some time, you know, okay, these guys are legit. They're doing the real work.
Yeah.
Definitely pull the trigger, invest in yourself. Like there is no loss in that thing. Like either you
Uh-huh.
will, if you know that's you have a future in this thing and you learn it the right way from the right people, like you going on like a good way.
Yeah, for sure. So, you were talking about the Keyword Product Finder. I definitely believe that's like really important, but I also feel like one of the things that helped you out a lot was like having different systems in place. I feel like when we were first
Mm-hmm.
talking, you were scaling, but things were kind of not like systemized enough yet. And like,
Mm-hmm.
how has that helped you, grow and all this different systems
Yeah.
like Aura and stuff like that?
Those systems definitely helped me. Like, for example, to start with, you're recommending the different repricer I had. I was
Yeah.
having Be Cool at that time that I had to change the prices, like the mins and max, like every single week. And around that time, I had like 100 products active. So every single week, I wasted around like 4 hours, like changing the rules, changing
Yeah.
the mains. Like it was so much time consuming. I was tired of it. But then like you like on having a mentorship with you, like you recommended,
Yeah.
okay, do this like Aura repricer, which is definitely a game changer. I'm always happy with it. It's probably like double the cost of Viku, right? Like almost 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on your scale. Like, so like if
Mm-hmm.
you're below 50K, it's 97. But if you're like
Mm-hmm.
where we are, it's 197. But
Exactly. Yeah.
it makes you a lot more than just $100 extra, like in terms of
Way
the extra
better.
margin that'll get you
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Like I've noticed most of my listings, like if someone goes check like on the offer tabs on the Keepa for some of the products, like the graph shows like a straight line for most of the sellers. But
Mhm.
for me, like the prices like hike up like 10%, 20%, which is way more than buy box, but I still get
Mhm.
the buy box and I sell product at that rate. So
Yeah.
it kind of covers the whole expense, which is extra $100 and way
Definitely.
more. So you'll sell product which is more than buy box and still like make a good profit out of it.
Yeah. The
That
way
was
Maven
one of
does
the
that,
things.
it'll
Hmm.
jump from 50 to 70.
It's so good. Like I just put the minimum one time. I don't need to like
Again.
update it like every single week or every month. So
Cool.
that's the thing with that. And the second systemize was I was doing like a lot of OA at that time. So I definitely needed like a help on the sourcing side. Then we worked together with Joe to like find a good VA at that time around like January last year, 2024.
Oh yeah.
We managed to, yeah, I think her name was, I forgot her name, but she worked with me for like a couple months, like 2 months, 3 months. But around that time, like I was trying to teach her, like tell her, okay, what I need, what are like my requirements. She was working, but she was not meeting my expectations. So basically I was just like paying for the products. Some of them were tanking, and I reached the point that I said like, I don't need to do that anymore, because I buy 10 units, it tanks, and then the whole product, like the money is wasted. And instead of like me spending more time on her, like to teach her, I can do the sourcing myself, but do it like a less time sourcing, but a high quality sourcing. Instead of doing like so many pages at the same time, I just focus, okay, what can I do the most with this brand? Then that's how I managed to change a little bit from online arbitrage to wholesale. Because if I had to teach her online arbitrage more, I would be more like stuck in that same cycle instead of like advancing around that time. But now I might need to hire an VA, another one. Right now, I'm just alone doing everything myself,
Crazy, dude.
managing everything. So no VA, no help.
Yeah, I feel like definitely like a thing you could definitely do is, have this VA, maybe not even source for you, just like admin stuff. Like with saying, that's like one of the things we're drilling in on right now. It's like, telling him to outsource as many things as he can that are like tedious work. And I've learned a lot since like, cause we worked together like over, what was it, like a year ago or so. So like I've learned a lot since then, but yeah, I think kind of systemizing like the parts of your business right now that you're doing like very tedious work with, like if you're spending 2-3 hours a day with it, just, get a virtual assistant to start doing that. And I'm sure there's not as much sourcing for like brand direct. You're picking up the phone and calling. You're not really like looking through massive catalogs. It's pretty easy to find what products are selling well for brand XYZ based on like product finder. So
yeah, and like after doing a good time on like Keepa and like doing Amazon, you get to like a little bit master on the Keepa. Look at the graph, you will see, okay, how long has this product been in the market? Do they have like a seasonality? Do they have like a good sellers, or like are they just stuck with the private label or just one seller doing the wholesale the entire time? So like at the first click, you will know, okay, this can have a potential for brand direct. And now like the thing has been changed. Like the other day I was trying to source for online arbitrage and through Keepa product finder. And the cool thing is like, instead of finding products to sell on online arbitrage, I found like 6 or 7 products. Yeah, like brand direct, as you're saying. Like I managed to find those, and then I go to their brand, look like for their authorized like distributor, or like if I can just buy directly from them. I have a Google sheet where I like track every single one like that I follow up with, so I can like keep checking, okay, which one has a higher potential for brand direct.
Makes complete sense. I definitely want to dive a lot into the brand direct stuff, but like before we do, I guess let's take it in kind of progression. So you go from arbitrage to private label. So like what went behind the decision on like starting the private label brand, and like what was like, what if you're comfortable sharing like the brand and like what it's about too, that would be awesome. You don't have to
The
share the name
brand, it's a secret, but I'll definitely share some key points about it. For me, like starting Amazon was the idea of, okay, I will do my career and then I'll have a business or a brand running on the back end, but I don't need to work on it every single day. So from the very beginning, that was my idea. So as soon as I built some capital, like, okay, I can invest in mentorship and I can invest in a product around like 4,000 at least, or 5,000 at least. That's the time that I thought, okay, this is a good time to invest my money. From like the Q4 time on 2023. On the Q4, I had some like good revenue and profits. I thought, okay, doing private label mentorship is a good thing to invest in. And after that, like I tried to learn as much as I can. I was focusing. It was like a one-on-one mentorship, so it gave me like a better opportunity than those doing like a group call or like just videos. So I was asking the mentor like every single thing like I had in my mind to like clear out all the doubts, like how can I do something. And after that, like completing the mentorship, I was still like doing online arbitrage and working on that. There was some point that I thought, okay, this is the brand that I need, and the product should be this thing. As soon as I saw that there has been a lot of like faults of for those products in the market already, like one of them were having one issue, the other one was having the other issue. Customers were, I was reading the reviews from the customers, and all of them were like mentioning all the key points. So I took a note from all like 10 listings that was there, noted down, okay, they like this product for this reason, and they don't like this product for this reason. At the end, I like totaled, okay, these are the problems that I need to solve. Then I contacted like on Alibaba to different like suppliers until I found a good one, and told them, okay, can you do this thing? First, I made a sketch myself because that product was not in the market before. It's like a hybrid of two different things combined into one, which solves both market. So that had like good like volume. Around that time, my competitors were like selling 200 units a month, like across different listings. So there were like 5 listings selling 200, 200, 200.
It was
I
like
thought, okay,
colors or variations and stuff like that.
colors, but like different brands selling the same product, but not improving the product, just copying each other.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I kind of like fixed 2 issues. I took a market of like 1,000 units per month sold to myself, fixed that thing. I spoke to the Chinese manufacturer. Then they said, okay, yeah, we can do it. Like everything's possible in China. So just give your idea, they'll do it in a short time. While they were doing like the production of that, I asked for like some samples. They were good. Then I did brand registry. I did like first opened my LLC because I knew, okay, I'm gonna do this brand regardless. I did the LLC, set up my Amazon account. Everything is professional, like trademark. I submitted the trademark. I got the registration recently, and did like with those samples that I got, I did the images. There's a good agency that if you guys want it, I can share the link at some point. They do good work with the images. They're just a little bit too expensive. So I did the images. While it was in production, I created the listing, tried to use ChatGPT for the listing, and it definitely helped me a lot. Like instead of paying someone, I just like
ChatGPT all
pointed,
the way.
okay, I want these
I
things.
use it too. Don't worry.
It's amazing, man. Exactly. Like it's a hack. Most people don't know it, but that's definitely a sauce to be given. Yeah, like it's definitely an assistant.
It can read like
so much help.
It can read like a Excel file. So if you like export Helium 10 Excel file into it, it's going to know exactly what to do if you like tell it what to do properly. You
there
know?
we go. That's another thing. Yeah, it's so amazing, man. Like, and I did like a whole listing creation through ChatGPT because I told them, okay, these are the keywords that I want to include in the title or in the description, and I want these points to be given. So it wrote different ideas, and I just like used those things. And once the listing was ready, everything was set, images were set. My product arrived like within 30 days from China, and then products started to sell. And with the private label, I found like a new hack that less people know about it, which is it worked for me. So I don't know it will work for someone else as well. So what I did, I created 2 listings at the same time. One was FBM. I think I told you, Joe. One was FBM and one is FBA. FBA is $2 more than the FBM listing. So FBM, which is like I just ship it directly to the customer, it's the same price as my competitors. So when they look at this, when they search for the keyword, my cheaper listing will show up to them. So they'll say, okay, these are the same prices, but my product has a better like images and stuff. They'll click on the listing. but most people have a Prime Amazon Prime. So they purchase the $2 more expensive one, which is the FBA,
Oh,
and it ships them faster. So I kind of like create a hook for
I
them
see
on a
what
cheaper price. So they still have two options. They can buy $2 cheaper. It takes them a little bit longer to get delivered. But then on the FBA, it's delivery tomorrow. So it's just a little bit more expensive. This kind
yeah.
of creates like a cheaper like image for like customers. So they think, okay, this is not too expensive than the other one, so I can buy this one. But when they click, okay, they want a next day delivery. That definitely worked for me. And I always have that. So like FBM and FBA on the same listing.
Yeah, I
And
don't do much FBM. Just,
mhm,
I mean, I could theoretically because I have a 3PL that does it, but it's
mhm,
pretty much all FBA. All the supplements are really FBA. There's not much FBM going
yeah,
on. Yeah,
the whole markets are different, definitely. So
yeah,
if
it's
that
a
works
little,
for you, definitely stay up with that. And that worked for me. And I've sold from July last year till now over like maybe 3,000 units or 4,000 units, I forgot, of this product. So at the peak time, I was selling 600 units a month on, I think it was around December. And the margins were absolutely amazing. So like less returns, percentage of returns are around like 1%.
yeah. We don't really get much returns because of supplements. It's nice, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The big thing is subscribe and save. You got to like get them to subscribe. Like I guess
Hmm.
my like hack, if we're going hack for hack, is baiting them to subscribe with a coupon code. You know, you just say like, here's a
Yeah, yeah.
coupon code, start a subscription with us. Like it's more than 10%. You know, it's like a big
Hmm.
coupon code. So that's like a hack, for example, to kind of drive sales.
That's
It
amazing.
crazy increases conversion. So yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of things, little hacks you kind of
Hmm.
figure out along the way. But I feel like the biggest thing, like you're saying, is the images. Like your images can completely change everything, especially if they're way better than the
Hmm.
competitors. Right now, and I like the way you said about it not being a lot of work. Is definitely it comes in waves, in my opinion. Like
Yeah,
there's like new projects that come, and like you have to be fully dedicated to it. Like we're like
definitely. Yeah.
I'm in the early stages of like creating the second product. Like I have the idea and
Hmm.
everything. Just kind of need to like do what you're talking about. Like look at all the listings and try to find what needs to be improved on. It's an insane opportunity. Like this has like a million searches a month on helium, just exploded out of
Wow.
nowhere. It's actually one of the ingredients in our product right
Uh-huh.
now. So like we're getting the benefit from that, but I'm
Hmm.
making like a different variation of that product. So yeah, that it's going to be insane. So basically,
Definitely,
I'm
man.
doing all these because there's a lot of improvement to be made upon this like
Hmm.
product. You know, it's very early in the going of this product, so there's not really the market hasn't really caught up to it. And
Uh-huh.
there's definitely things that people can fix. So like that's like the biggest thing is kind of exploiting an opportunity that
Definitely, man.
that people don't really or that needs to be improved upon. So it sounds like you did that definitely, and you did like the textbook way and you were in private label from Phil, right? Or who was it?
Yeah, filled by Amazon.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
he created like a mentorship. I was following him for like from the very beginning. So he
Mhm.
was doing online arbitrage and wholesale,
Yeah,
but
and then
he
he
got
started
like a
doing
whole
PL.
brand on private label. So I was the first guy like who applied for his mentorship because as soon as he did like, oh, I'm doing a mentorship for private label, I knew like this guy is real. Like there's no
Yeah,
way
he's
he
a good
don't know
guy.
anything.
Mhm.
So definitely went with him, and it took like the good thing was that because I was among the first ones, he was able to do like one-on-one. Now
Mhm.
I think he's doing like a group mentorship.
Groups.
So
Yeah,
which
I think
is
he does
yeah,
like $20 a month or something like that. I thought about joining, but
he's
I know he
changing it.
does a
Yeah,
little bit different than what because like supplements and like hard goods are totally different ball games. Like you're not sourcing from Alibaba. It's just like
exactly. Yeah.
that's why I didn't go the route with Phil because I know he didn't hasn't have an experience like doing
Hmm.
consumables.
Makes
So
sense. Yeah, definitely. For me, it's not like consumable, so the subscribe and save will not work.
yeah,
But
it's
for
more
one
like
of
a
the
hard
brands,
good. Uh-huh.
exactly. Yeah, it's like
Like
they
people
buy
buy
it
once every
one
year, something like that.
maybe every year, or if like it's a training purposes. So like if they need again or they break it, they use it again.
Yeah.
And I use the subscribe and save, the hack you told me on Brand Direct I have. It's like a deodorant brand.
Oh,
So
they
like,
with the coupon on Brand
yeah,
Direct.
yeah,
Spikes.
like put like
Yeah.
put a 10% like sale on like regular like
Huh,
subscribe and save, and it definitely gives you a lot of sales in the long
for
term.
sure.
And yeah,
For
man,
sure.
I'm excited for your like second product too, man. Let
Thanks,
me
man.
know. I'll definitely buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I'll let you know. I'm really excited because it has so much potential. Like
Hmm.
there's like brick and mortar of like these like bars of it like booming up all over the country.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, it's a private group. I don't really. It's
Yeah.
like Kava, so it's like
Yeah,
Kava
yeah,
bars are popping
Kratom.
up everywhere. So like the idea is to kind of make like a drink mix for it. So that's the early going of that.
That's amazing,
So
man. Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome. I'm
Like,
really excited. Yeah.
it definitely has like a good market because like kava and kratom and so many other things. Like kava is like a filtered version of that, so it's safe
Exactly.
for
It's a more
everyone.
healthier version of
Exactly.
Kratom has some
So
like legal. I don't want to get into that. There's
yeah, yeah, it has like age restrictions and like
yeah,
not everyone can have it. But for
exactly.
kava, it's like a tea basically, and more
Mhm.
helpful. So
Yeah, for sure.
that's amazing, man. Like it's so like exciting about that.
I'm excited. Yeah, but yeah. So
Hmm.
I guess let's take into the brand direct side of things. So like, how is like private label, like learning all the stuff about private label, help the transition into brand direct? Like knowing how to make listings,
Hmm.
knowing how to do all this stuff. How has that been a huge benefit for you?
Yeah. So because I had to go through like listing creation, titles, doing
Mhm.
PPC and images for my own brand, now I can see, okay, like what's a perfect listing look like? And since I was doing online arbitrage, I know, okay, this listing is selling good. The volume of the sellers goes up and down and it's not like stable. The prices are not good. And when I look at the listing quality, it's even worse. So the image is probably like just one image someone
Mhm.
has uploaded from somewhere, and description or the like bullet points are not on point. So like somehow I went through like so many brands, over like 100 brands I checked out. And then I like did some online arbitrage with those brands because they had some websites. But then I managed to talk to their like brand owners or like their sales rep on like becoming a dealer or like a representative for online purchases. So that definitely helped me because like now when I see a listing that has a potential of us becoming their dealer, I directly talk to their like manager or their sales rep that, okay, at first we want to become a dealer or a representative. After we get the account, everything set up, then we say, okay, we can do this for your brand, and we can show a better picture of your brand on the Amazon. This will give a much better like confidence on staying with us.
Yeah, for sure. Makes complete
So,
sense. And I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
no, no, just continue. Yeah.
Oh, so I was just saying, like, it sounds like you're also using like a lot of brand direct kind of stuff. Like, I'm not brand direct, sorry, like arbitrage brands in the mix, like ones that have, maybe unauthorized sellers or like, a lot of people on the listing that is that any like way that you get in there? Like, you try to like say, like, hey, like, I noticed you have like a lot of sellers on your listing. Like, are these sellers supposed to be selling it? Or like, is that one of the angles you use when you contact arbitrage brands, or no? You kind of just become
No,
a dealer.
actually, it's a different. So I just apply as a distributor and
Uh-huh.
like reseller. And usually I don't mention at the beginning as an Amazon seller
Mhm.
because when you say Amazon on the beginning, it kind of
Uh-huh.
turns them off because
Yeah.
either they're selling or they're like other sellers are selling and there's so much trouble for them. So I
Uh-huh.
just don't mention Amazon at the beginning. But when I reach to the point that I have to talk to them over a call,
Hmm.
then they'll mention, oh, where you're selling these products since you're buying like 100 units of this product that we don't usually sell. So then I mentioned, okay, Amazon is one of our sales channels. We sell a good amount, and we're interested in having becoming a brand representative for Amazon. And
Hmm.
then we say, okay, these things can be corrected
Improve.
on
Uh-huh.
Amazon, improved, and then by that you can like control the amount of sellers on Amazon too.
Yeah, you can
So
start to control off the listing.
you can control many things like the images. Recently,
Yeah.
one of the brands we're like authorized, the images were bad. They changed the packaging, so everyone was selling on the older packaging. We just changed the images, fixed the listing, and everything is set up right now. So it's a different approach than like just being an Amazon seller for them.
Yeah.
Because you have to like show that, okay, you're doing something for them, not only selling the product. You're improving their picture.
I feel like there's really two angles you can come at. I mean, you can come at the angle of like the way you went in, where you kind of like put your foot in the door and then you mention Amazon, or you could like, you definitely don't want to mention, oh, I sell on Amazon, I want to become like just one of your authorized sellers. Like you don't want to come that way. Like if you're going to say Amazon in the beginning and like you're not comfortable like not disclosing that, then like the angle I would recommend going would be like an angle of that, you know, you have a lot of things that you can clean up on your listing, your images here. Like we noticed, like we went ahead and like made a free image for you or 2 images for you just to like show you like what we can do. Like something like that, like presenting a little value first, and kind of that's one way you can get in your foot in the door like right away. Or you could kind of just present value in small bursts and then open the door when they like say, hey, where are you selling it? You know?
Exactly. Yeah. And the other day I was like trying to talk to a sales rep for a big brand, and they said, we definitely work with guys like you, but first you have to like sell, like you have to purchase these products from our distributor first for like about 6 months or 1 year. Once you have like a good like history with them, then we will allow you. Yeah. So like you have to sell it through that, and then like once you have like a good history, okay, we buy this much volume, then you're valid to like apply for a brand direct, which is still good. Like buying from authorized distributor, you'll never get like an IP complaint, or for example, if you get a authenticity complaint,
you could still get like definitely get an IP complaint, but like that's only if the brand doesn't know. Like
exactly,
miscommunication between.
But if you get like authenticity complaint or like need an invoice, it's already authorized.
I find those always
you're
happen,
safe on that
no
side.
matter what. Even if you're buying it from the brand,
people do anything, man.
They'll send it inauthentic. Some customer will say it's not real, but you always
sometimes your competitors will do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
to cut their
exactly, man. Like things have been doing like that, and then I focus less on the wholesale way right now, because like how they're introducing wholesale to the like people right now through Instagram is that find your nearest distributor and then try to make account with them, and then see what they have. That's not the way I want to do, but it definitely works for almost like a lot of people. So for me, I go through a good brand, sells good on Amazon. Too much.
The way of just contacting your local distributor, it's getting saturated.
Exactly.
That's what everybody says now.
Because once you know that how to find a good product that sells good on Amazon, you can find and do reverse sourcing or do like brand research, and then make an account with them instead of finding an account with a distributor and then going hundreds of products. So that works for me.
Have you ever had an issue of like the brand like being upset that you were selling it on Amazon without disclosing it? Have they kicked you out because of that? Or because that's a risk I feel like it does present the angle you're going.
Yeah, man. I was doing a wholesale like through one of their authorized distributor, but when I contacted the brand for like, because I was buying like I was buying like 40,000 a month, and they kind of flagged their account through distributor. They were saying like, who is this guy buying this much volume? Yeah. But then I contacted the brand that I'm still like following up every single month. They don't respond, but I still follow up. Yeah, I have their
contact. Take a year, 2 years. You never know.
It's all good. It's all good, man. I'll take that.
Follow-up, the money's in the follow-up for sure.
Exactly. Because it's like in a very niche, the selling price is over 300.
Oh, wow.
And the margin is around 30%. So I was making like, with that one brand, I was making like 10 to 15,000 every single month. So when they found that we're like a Amazon or like e-commerce sellers, they kind of flagged their account and canceled the orders. But I just keep following up with their like big sales rep, and hopefully we'll manage to do something.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. You just got to keep following up for a long time, dude.
Exactly, man. Like even I drove up like they're like 5 hours away from my home. So one day I thought, no, I have to go and talk to them. So I drove 5 hours one way. And when I went there, it was their like warehouse, but there was no one to talk to me. So I just came disappointed all the way back. But now I just keep following like with them through email and calls.
Makes
If
sense.
that works, it will be amazing because there's like sellers that are not authorized and they need a lot of improvements on the listings. And if we get to like get that brand authorized for us, that's a game changer. It's like a private label without owning anything. So basically you don't have to do like product idea and everything. It's already someone else's brand, which sounds good. And you just need to be there like a representative on Amazon. So you have the concept.
Makes complete sense. That's crazy. That's awesome. Sounds like, you're kind of making the progression. So like, what would be like kind of the next steps for you? Like what would in the next like 2-3 years, like where do you see yourself in wholesale, brand direct, and or just brand direct and private label? Like what's the vision for that?
I see myself doing less of OA, but I'll still do some because of the seasonality. Because my OA purchases caused me have a lot of profit in Q4. Sometimes I do Amazon to Amazon flips. I bought like 30,000 on the Q4 from Amazon, and then I sold it back. So which I made a good amount of money. So I was doing through that. So that's counted as OA. I'll probably keep that as well. My private label, I'm doing like 2 products right now. In 3 years, I'll probably have like 5 products, but they have to be perfect. And then I'll probably work on second brand next year, 2026. So I'm working on that, hopefully, and doing more brand direct instead of like wholesale, the distributor way. So doing collab with the brands, it will be less stressful for me because those brands will give us a map policy that we know, okay, our minimums will be this rate, that we will not have any loss. And the sales per month is at least a 50 or 100. So we know that inventory is not sitting for too long. So probably I'll be doing private label and brand direct, as you said. Yeah.
Makes complete sense. That's awesome.
That's
really
the future.
glad. Yeah, I love that. Awesome. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. Actually, I guess one more question I always like to ask, like what's been like the biggest like mistake that you've made in your last few years of selling?
One of the biggest has been that I kind of delayed on doing mentorships that I had to do exactly on time. Because if I did a mentorship, for example, yours, around the beginning of my Amazon like business, I would have been way, way ahead of what I'm right now. Because I had to do those things by myself, do the mistake, take the loss, and that took me like a good 6 months or a year. If I did that like at the beginning or like within a couple of first months, I would have been like way like ahead of right now. So same with the like some of the wholesale mastermind. I'm also in a like wholesale mastermind with Corey Gainim.
Oh, you joined that? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's very expensive, man. Like spent a lot of money, but if I
but I bet
did that,
it's fully worth it.
exactly, it's worth
From
it.
what I've
But
heard before, yeah.
if I joined that group like 6 months ago, it would have been half the price. But I didn't know.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of paying double that. But I think within next year, it will be double what it is right now. So it's never too late. But if you know like someone you can trust, definitely go with the mentorship with them. It will speed up your progress. You don't need to do all the mistake yourself.
Yeah, definitely. It's sped up myself in private label. I will say for sure, I probably would have made so many mistakes so far. Keeping the losses to a minimum, I'll say that.
Definitely. Like because you invest in yourself, you will learn so many things that you don't have to do the same mistake again. Like someone else did that and you learn from them and you fix that. So that's all.
Definitely. Well, awesome. Well, cool, man. It's been a great conversation. Saying you have any questions for Wahab? I don't know if he's still here.
I'm here.
Awesome.
No, pretty good. I'm still doing, online arbitrage. I just started like working with Joe, not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually helped me find a VA. So right now, like I'm just waiting to all my products to check in because I've been buying so much lately because we found the right VA.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm actually just really looking forward to it until we check in because I can't wait
Oh,
for my sales to go up. Because
Mm-hmm.
the things I bought, I know they're great because I got the basics of, how this business works. So, I again,
yeah.
I can't wait. But at the same time, I'm trying to change my prep center because I feel like they
Oh,
take
yeah.
longer than usual for the checking in, like shipping out my stuff. So that's the only problem. But other than that,
Yeah.
this year I'm really looking forward to it. My goal was to hit 100K a month, and once they do check in, I feel like I could reach that goal
They're
pretty
getting close.
easily.
Yeah. The
So
high ticket items, man, they scale quick.
it's
That's the key.
crazy. And
Yeah.
before I started this Amazon online arbitrage business, you know, without even knowing any knowledge, without even having any knowledge, I just um, did straight to PL, and that was a huge mistake because I had no idea what it was about. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so that's when I started doing OA first. Got the basic knowledge down. So doing like PL is like my ultimate goal of this business. But right now, I kind of enjoy doing OA because I just love cashbacks. Because we buy so much, and I have like 3 different Chrome extensions that I use for cashbacks, like Top Cashback, Rakuten, Be Frugal. Like they give you pretty a lot, and then you just enjoy that.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and Joe actually introduced me to this new prep center that he uses. So I'm actually like kind of trying to get into the onboarding process with them. So hopefully, I'll be able to send all my products there soon.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Awesome.
good stuff.
Good to hear those things about it, Sang. You're definitely with the right person at the right time because I think like Joe has a lot of information regarding like online arbitrage and upcoming private label that you will be doing,
Oh
and you
yeah.
can learn a lot from him. You don't need to pay like $10,000 to someone else when you're already in this mentorship. You can
Yeah.
learn like at least the basics. He'll definitely help
Exactly.
you with that. And my recommendation for like your online arbitrage would be create different tabs on your Google. For example, what is it like a bookmark? Make one for like storefronts and save the storefronts that is similar to you and has like a little bit more reviews than you. So you can keep checking on their like storefronts on a regular basis, like
Hmm.
weekly or something. So
Yeah.
you know, okay, these guys are doing online arbitrage, and if they're doing the same thing, they probably have products that are good for them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So if you keep following them, you'll know, okay, this is their new product they got this week, and it's probably somewhere on a sale, and you can join on the same trend.
Right.
And try to like learn as much as you can for the keeper,
Yeah.
because once you master the keeper, you don't have a lot of issues. Because
Yeah.
it will help you for private label, because that's what I did for private label. We went through keeper. We didn't do anything with Helium 10. We
Hmm.
just did keeper, and that's all. And for brand direct, for wholesale, for online arbitrage, you'll be using Keepa. So once you know exactly like how to read and like try to read the yearly graphs, the seasons, and the filters to find the products, then you're all good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
I did a
And good luck.
PL. Like I bought this course. This was years ago, but I don't know if you've heard of this guy named Kevin David.
Yeah.
um, but I mean, I did learn from his course, but it didn't really help me in the end. But
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's good to know. The more knowledge you have, the better. Um, and the fact, and right now, like what I'm doing is I used to sell a lot of shoes. I mean, they're great. They have great ROIs, but then at the same time, they have such high return rate,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
dealing with them is a pain in the butt too. But you know, they get so much return. We get so much returns. Like I'm trying to stay away from that category now. I was actually telling Joe the other day, like I'm trying to move into different categories. Like right now, I am going so crazy about going into tools. And they're expensive, but their return rate is definitely better.
So low. They know what they're buying, you know?
Yeah, like tools, people know what they're buying for.
Exactly.
So, you know, yeah, I mean they're a little pricey, but you know, they're definitely good for profits. So
Yeah, people don't underestimate like the margins on like higher priced items. Like I'm sure, like you were saying, that $300 item, 30% margins. Like that's not uncommon for something that's high ticket because the Amazon fees get like kind of flat at a certain point, and then then the higher ticket items start to become more profitable. If it's like over like 70, $80, like the fees kind of stay at a certain point.
yeah,
So it just makes higher ticket items like way more profitable. Like I do a lot of electronics. So it's like $200-$300 electronics that
right.
you know the margins on them can be 30% pretty easily.
And all you need is to sell limited quantity of that product to get like $1,000 a sale instead of selling $10 item for like hundreds of them to make the same revenue.
Yeah, I mean,
less trouble for you.
When I first started, 10K a month sounded ridiculous, and it was like, okay, how am I able to do that? But now it's just like, oh my God, that's so little, you know. So it's like your perspective just gets different the more you know about this business. So the only problem with me is that I buy a lot of products that are expensive, like tools, that I may need to open up more credit cards. That's the only problem right now, because right now I have just two credit cards, one Chase and one American Express, and I just like do half and half. Like so, like in a month, you know, for the first 15 days I use this one, and the other 15 I use the other one, so I can actually pay them back every 2 weeks. But now with the new VA I got that Joe helped me, like, oh my gosh, I need more credit cards. It's just my spending power has been crazy lately. Before it's like my goal is like, okay, my goal is to spend at least, you know, like to spend $500 to $1,000 a day. But now it's like I'm paying like $3K a day. It's like, okay, this is not gonna be enough. So, but
that's a good thing.
It is
definitely good.
Like, it's a good thing then, but then like you gotta do something about it. It's like. But you're spending so much, but then at the same time, think about how much cashback you're making.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever I go on a vacation or anything like that, you know, I don't really pay out of my pocket. I just, you know, pay with all my points and things like that. That's the best part.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going on a honeymoon this year, and I'm about to pretty much put it all on Chase points. So I have like 5K in Chase points right now.
Yeah.
So there you go. The power of this cashback stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's the best. That's the good thing about doing OA business. Whereas like PL and wholesale, like PL, you have your own brand. They can't really mess up with your listings. That's the good thing. You have like no competitors, but you know at the same time, like
you don't get the Rakuten.
Yeah, you don't get the cashbacks from that like we do as an online arbitrage.
Depends. My supplier takes credit card. It doesn't charge a fee, but it's kind of rare. Like my PL supplier, but you get cashback. Yeah, it's a nice bonus. You get some cashback.
Yeah,
but it's not the same as OA cashback. You know.
But I mean, my goal at the same time is not really going to PL at the moment. But once my OA business grows,
start to scale capital.
I want to again like have my own warehouse and then actually like get people to help me pack and stuff, so that I could personally see them. You know, and it's my own time to create shipments and send it out. So I don't have to wait for my prep centers to do the work, you know? I mean, not anytime soon, but that's my goal for the next.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm excited. So
good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck for sure. But yeah, and if you're getting tapped out on the credit card thing, just let me know. We could kind of talk about that and get you set up. Some funding.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and yeah, I'll probably need one soon. So
yeah, but cool, man. Well, this has been an awesome convo. Thank you so much, Wahab, for coming on. Thank you, Sang.
Thank you for having me, man.
Of course. Well, have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk soon.
Of course, brother. Thank you so much.
Definitely give Wahab a follow. His Instagram is linked in the announcements. So
yeah,
good night, guys. See you next week.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.